Hey, what's up, everybody? Jeffrey here, and this is Dad Cooking. I'm a dad and I like cooking. Hey, today we're making breakfast. It's kind of a special edition of Dad Cooking. Now, I'm a dad and I like cooking, and my kids love my YouTube show. And it's a little bit disruptive when they get in the room and they start noodling around like, hey, Daddy, we want to be in the YouTube video too. So I'm finding opportunities to do little bits of dad cooking where they're not around. Today we're making breakfast, and I'm gonna show you what I got here. I'll show you some pretty pictures. We'll talk a little bit about why I eat this stuff for breakfast, and we're gonna have a real good time. So I'm on this whole thing now where I'm trying to be super healthy about everything. And it's not just the food I eat, it's also the exercise I'm getting, the sleep I'm getting, how I'm feeding my brain and supercharging it with all kinds of cognitive power. It's how I'm living my life these days, and I'm really, really psyched about it. I'm really excited. A big part of all that is the food. And so you're gonna see me make my breakfast here. I'm not really cooking anything. I'm gonna make some toast, and I've got some berries and fruits and stuff. It's gonna be real pretty and nice, and I think you're gonna like it. Now, one of the things that underpins my approach to eating is this new app that I got called Lose It. And we got I say we, like my wife and I, we got the recommendation to try Lose It over MyFitnessPal from a website that we love called Sweet Savory and Steph. And I may tag Sweet Savory and Steph in this video because we like her a lot. She makes great dishes and great recipes, and she also makes great YouTube videos. Anyway, she uses Lose It, and so we started using Lose It. Now, we used to use MyFitnessPal, and I really, really prospered from MyFitnessPal too. I like it a lot. So if you're using an app to help you track your food, to track your macros, calories, whatever the case may be, you can't go wrong either with MyFitnessPal or Lose It. I'm using Lose It today, and I'm having a lot of success with it, so I want to really sort of like evangelize for them. All right, I'm gonna just flip the camera around, show you what I'm gonna do for breakfast today. Okay, now here you can see some of what we have here. And what I have is I've got my handy dandy glass bowl, and I also have my handy dandy measuring cup. That's a 1/4 cup. And what I'm gonna do is just start measuring out portions of what I want to be in my fruit bowl. Every morning at breakfast, I have a fruit bowl that consists primarily of berries of various types. And I love my berry bowl. Today it's gonna be blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries. Now it's a 1/4 cup, and that's how I'm gonna count it and Lose It. But you can probably see, it's a little bit of a heaping cup. That's how I like it. I like to pile it high and deep. Now look at this, I just rinsed my berries. And I love putting the blueberries in the bowl first because they sort of like, they fill up the bottom. And I happen to really enjoy blueberries. So when I eat them last, I'm super happy. I always save my favorite food for last, which is the total opposite of how my 10-year-old son does it. Next is the strawberries. Now, I'm getting about 1/2 cup of strawberries, and I have made so many strawberry berry bowls over the years that I pretty much know exactly how much I can put in my hand to equal 1/2 cup. And I don't even have to measure it out. So I got 1/2 cup of strawberries. And you know what? If it's a little bit more than 1/2 cup, these are strawberries, okay? They're not chocolate chips or something like this. It's not gonna kill me if I have an extra 1/12 of a cup of strawberries. So I'm gonna gobble these bad boys up. I'm gonna rinse them and gobble them up. I always rinse my berries. My mom is always really careful to point out, hey, these things are on the dirty dozen or whatever. She told me green beans are on the dirty dozen. And I told her, Ma, I love green beans. I eat them all the time. Next, we're gonna have raspberries. Now, this raspberries complete the kind of berry triumvirate. We're gonna do a 1/4 cup of these bad boys. These are some nice raspberries. And we get our berries most of the time at Publix, which I'm constantly talking about Publix here on Dad Cooking. It is the grocery store we shop at the most. It is the closest to our house. And I happen to really appreciate all of the hardworking people on the public staff. I think they're great, and my hat's off to them. Okay, so next we have the cherries. Now I love cherries, and it's Rainier cherry season, but I also get these cherries because my wife and my son love Rainier cherries, and they're very scarce. So rather than gobble up the Rainier cherries myself and deprive my wife and son, I yield to them and let them get the Rainier cherries, and I eat the regular cherries, these kind of black cherries. And sometimes they're called sweet cherries. They're just sort of like black cherries, and I like them. I got 10. I've got 10 cherries, and I'm gonna input it and lose it as 10 cherries. I've rinsed off my cherries. I'm gonna top my fruit bowl with these cherries, and you can see I have a delicious fruit bowl that is one of the mainstays of my delicious breakfast. This is a breakfast that's gonna be high in fiber, lots of antioxidants and other kinds of things that my macros and Lose It don't track, but it's also really satisfying to me. I love it. So we're gonna set this aside on the table and move along to the next part of breakfast. This is great. I'm having so much fun with Dad cooking. Now that I got my new iPhone tripod, I'm moving the camera, I'm tilting it around, I'm spinning it around. I'm having a lot of fun. And you can see I'm pretty happy here. You know, I've been pretty happy lately. And yesterday I was really happy. I was kind of bouncing around, and my wife said to me, "Why are you so happy?" And I kind of looked at her like, "Hey, well, what do you mean? I got it all. I got it all. I'm so happy so much of the time." And I'm gonna write a newsletter about it. I've been doing some writing lately. You should check out my newsletter. It's called Sunday Brunch, and it's on Beehive. I'll post a link in my show notes below, and you should check out my newsletter. And I'm gonna write one that's about why I'm so happy. And I love it. I'll plug my newsletter all day long. So anyway, we're moving on to the next part of breakfast, right? Now it's gonna feature a banana. I love bananas, and you can see that my whole breakfast so far is nothing but fruit. But I also got this carb-savvy sliced bread with sunflower and flax seeds. This comes from Trader Joe's, and we love Trader Joe's. We shop at Publix the most, and it's the closest grocery store to our house. I think that Trader Joe's is our favorite grocery store, and it's actually the furthest from our house. Every couple of weeks, we throw the kids in a car and we ride on up there with our grocery bags and we go to town. We love Trader Joe's. This carb-savvy sliced bread is only 30 calories per slice, and every slice contains a whopping 9 grams of fiber. This is the healthiest bread I've ever seen. It gets me to my fiber macro every day. I'm gonna toast it up, and I'm gonna show you something else that's kind of interesting here. The spread for this today is this brownie batter granola butter. It's by a company called Oat House. And I say Oat House, it's actually Oat Haus. I'm not sure if you can see. Oat Haus over there. I don't know where she got this. She came home with it one day because our 10-year-old, he's wicked picky about his nut butter. And she was like, well, try this brownie batter butter. I love it, and it's almost gone. And I have this thing, if the food gets opened, it gets eaten. And it's like an Achilles heel of mine. He opened up this granola butter, this brownie batter granola butter. He ate it a couple of days and he was like, I don't like it. Now I got to eat it. And this stuff is actually really healthy too. And the type is really small, but I think 2 tablespoons of this has got 5 grams of fiber, and it's only 170 calories for 2 tablespoons, which is less than peanut butter or Nutella or any other kind of nut butter we have in there. So I'm a fan of the Oat House granola butter. Onward and upward. Now you can kind of see a little bit of a messy countertop behind me. We're a family of 5 people and 2 dogs. I don't fuss about the mess. My wife, if she saw this, she'd be like, why are you showing people our messy counter? Look, we live our life. You got a problem, you can take it up with me in the comments, okay? Now, I've got my Keurig over here and my Dunkin' Donuts coffee. All my Bostonians, we put Dunkin' in the Keurig. I like 100% Colombian medium roast. My wife likes the, it's like this caramel thing she does with the coffee. I just want Colombian coffee in my Keurig over here. I got my Carb Savvy sliced bread. It's gonna go right in the toaster. I like it nice and brown, so I turn it up and toast it. Now we're gonna show you the banana. Now, you longtime viewers of Dad Cooking, and this is like the 3rd or 4th episode. I'm not sure what I'm gonna post first, but y'all know I love chopping stuff, and I'm a complete nut job with my banana cutting because I cut each banana 18 times, right? So that's one. I peel the top half. I get all my little banana stringies off of there, right? 2, I cut the end off and I gobble it up. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9 slices for 1/2 of the banana. And I'm such a goofy goofball. I like to line it up like this, okay? This one's sliding, well, it's gonna go over here. Now, in order to get 9 slices on the second half, I have to do this. That's 10. And I peel it. Why do I insist on slicing the banana 18 times? 18 is one of the most auspicious numbers. I love that number. There's 11, 12, 13, 18. That's 18 banana slices. Now, the Carb Savvy bread is pretty small. I cannot fit 18 slices on my bread. Now, I told you that the serving size for this granola butter, oh, there's my toast. Let me get it. My nice toast. I told you the serving size for this granola butter was 2 tablespoons and 170 calories. That's way too much for me. I'm a little guy, and that means that my diet is kind of like a low-cal diet because I'm so small. I can get satisfied and not eat as much as a larger person. And that helps keep me fit as well. And we're gonna talk maybe a little bit about how I audit my calories and I look for ways to cut them. But here's 1/2 tablespoon. And it's kind of a, it's a little bit of a big tablespoon. But really what I want and what I put in to lose it is 3/4 of a tablespoon. And I don't have a 3/4 tablespoon measurement. So I usually just kind of add an extra little dab. I could fish out the teaspoon, but that would mean more dishes. And like I said, if I'm a little bit over, I'm not gonna kill myself. I'm actually super fit right now. I'm feeling super healthy. And these delicious breakfasts are a big part of the reason why. But I like to get a nice coating of brownie batter all over my Carb Savvy bread. Look at that, right? Nice toast. I'm gonna cut away a little bit and get cleaned up, and then I'll show you how I like to line this toast. All right, now you might hear the coffee, the Keurig, firing behind me. And I actually need my knife because what you're gonna see is something kind of cool that you might enjoy. And that's, here I'm putting my bananas on my Carb Savvy bread with the brownie batter granola butter. And look, I don't have a lot of space. Like, can I fit a 3rd one there? Oh, I can. Can I fit a whole one here? I can. This is gonna work out great. A lot of times I have to make extra banana slices, but I'm not gonna get into my whole rule of 3 when it comes to cutting banana slices. I don't need to. I don't need to get into my rule of 3 because now you can see that I have my banana toast all ready to go. And there you have it. You get a good look at my breakfast today. It's the Carb Savvy bread with the brownie batter granola butter. We got bananas on top and all around. And we have the fruit bowl with blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and cherries. This is a fantastic breakfast. It's about 300 calories. maybe a little bit more than that. But that's all I really need to be satisfied and power myself through until lunch. Hey everybody, that's gonna do it for this episode of Dad Cooking. I've got a delicious breakfast for me waiting right over there. And I'm really excited because I just finished that jar of brownie batter granola butter. And that means going forward, I'm gonna cook some breakfast. I'm actually gonna cook some breakfasts that have a little bit more protein in them. And that's gonna help me achieve my fitness and nutrition goals just that much more efficiently. All that being said, I wanna know what you eat for breakfast. Leave your favorite breakfast in the comments below. And if I see something I like, maybe I'll try it and put it on an episode of Dad Cooking. And if you like Dad Cooking, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll go on making more fun episodes of Dad Cooking. So, wherever you are, be safe out there, do great things, and I'll see you next time.